What's going on, guys? I was just going to show you guys my method for killing this Titan. Um, I, uh, I don't I don't get him in one run every single time. I have for like the past five or so, but there's a chance that I could get really unlucky. Um, my Zale has like a 50 something percent, yeah, 54% chance to leech. And sometimes I just feel like the game forgets that I have leech because I'll miss it like three or four times in a row. Like, it's really unlucky. And then sometimes, I don't have anything that causes malady on this Titan, so he could get really, really annoying with his healing. But I can drop him pretty quick. Because Muzz just does, the bulk of the damage. I have Muzz and Jariz set to dodge a lot. Um, that doesn't work when they're frozen or stunned, so keep that in mind. I have a lot of antidote potions, and I use that if I feel like I'm in a dangerous position. I'll use them. I've tried to refrain from using them. Um, I try to just keep it as pure as possible. I guess Jariz isn't really that dodgy, but he's got a really nice destroy, and that helps towards the end. I don't think I have Muzz with any destroy actually. He's got a tiny bit of counter. I could probably do a little work on Muzz and make him even a little more. Um, I don't know. I could probably mess around with him and try to build him up a little better. Anyways, this is still working really well for me. I still have a lot of fine tuning to do. There's still a lot of things I want to do with Zale as well. Anyways, I'll try to make this quick. So when I go into the Titan fight, I just make sure I just bring these little potions down here. Sometimes I get into a position where I feel like I've got to use a few here and there. I use a few antidotes here and there. And if I'm in a bind, I'll use a star potion a lot of time, and I'll usually use a star potion right at the beginning. Now that there are only 40 guild tokens, it's not that big of a deal. I always use one right at the beginning of every fight. So anyways, let's do this. Nice. He starts out on turn 3. That gives me a lot of little leeway. Jariz, as long as he's maxed, he starts out with just 5 turns until he's charged. So a star potion works right away. This will really protect me for the first 2 rounds of attacks, and by that time, Aldrich will be charged up. So the name of the game right now, I want to catch some destroys if I can. The only things that are going to destroy him right now are, well, Muzz doesn't even have destroy, and Aldrich. So I'm not going to catch a lot on this first half, but in the first half, that's when Muzz is going to do the most damage. I am going to want to antidote this off because I'm going to use Direct Sunburn immediately after I use bear with it, I think. Yeah, bear with it. So this does 47% or 40% of the damage. I'm really looking forward to get him to 6 stars because I would imagine that 40% turns into like maybe 50% or something. And that would get him into a second half basically right away. But for now, I would rather use Zale than Aldrich for this. But for now, I got to get him below that halfway mark, and that's just enough to kind of do it. Maybe not. Hopefully I can catch the burn next time. And then he heals right away, and that's all right. That actually, it's annoying, but it also gains me a round of tempo to do that. 'Cause I didn't have to take a hit right there. And Muzz, when he gains all that HP, that just means Muzz is going to do more damage when he charges. Obviously, I'd rather him not heal, but Muzz sort of he mitigates his healing by 40%, I guess you could say. So it kind of helps. I'm going to go ahead and use Aldrich. It's really important to not use Zale in the first half. I did that a couple of times without thinking. First, oh geez, he's healing a lot. It's really okay because by the time Muzz is charged up, he will do enough damage to get him below half health at this point where I'm at right now. Unless he heals again. Notice I didn't use Aldrich until the Titan was on turn 2 last cycle, so that way my shield would last for 2 turns, just in case he happens to not attack me. So here's a time when I'm just gonna let him stay frozen. Obviously I'll take one hit. I'll take a 1 guarantee hit from the Titan, but I don't really care about Muzz right now. Plus I'm gonna mitigate, half or 55% of the damage anyway. And then they stunned. And now I am going to want to get rid of this stun, because in 2 turns, Muzz is going to be able to use his ability. And I think that got him below the halfway mark. I'm not going to attack, because I want to be able to attack with Zale here in a second to get that chance to leech. Yeah, and it did switch over. So now I've got... I know Zale's not as powerful as Torsten, but... Well, for one, he does damage against this Titan, but he also has 2 chances to leech because he has 2 abilities. So I'm really hoping the Direct Sunburn procs off, and it doesn't. But I've got my shield. I'm going to use that, and I'm actually not going to use his other attack. I'm just going to let the burn last for a few turns, and then I'll use Blaze. Because I just want to I want to maximize the most potential for burning. I'm definitely going to take a hit here in a second. But as long as he doesn't beef up, it really doesn't do any damage. So hopefully I'll get some heals off of this. There we go. I've really got a lot of fine-tuning to do with Zale. I got to get his defense up more than it is right now. I just got to wait for the next rune crafting event. Let's see. I'm not going to unstun him right now. I'm not going to use Antidote because... he might stun, I've got 3 turns before he'll activate, so he might stun him again. So I might as well just leave it the way that it is right now. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I'll just use these potions. As long as it doesn't beef up, I should be fine. And even if he does, I think that's enough to survive him. And if he heals, so it kind of didn't matter. That's okay. Bear with it's coming up. I'm not going to do that because I want to wait a turn. And you'll see why I don't want to unfreeze him right now. So I'll use Bear with it, but I want to wait until next turns when his type switches. And he's going to unfreeze next turn anyway. So it would have been a waste, basically, for me to use an antidote right there. Especially since with this next attack, he might just freeze me again or stun me or whatever. Or he might stun someone else. Which he did. But it's okay. I don't really care about Muzz right now. Hopefully I catch the leech right now. Yeah, I do. That's great. And then Aldrich Shield on turn 2. Now that Jari's Destroy is proccing off, that kind of helps me do a little extra damage here towards the end. But I've got to time the Direct Sunburn and the Blaze at the very end to actually finish him off, because it's diminishing returns with Muzz's attack and Jari's Destroy. I shouldn't have hit right there. It's also nice having Jari's on this team because it just makes everyone 1 turn faster. Now, right here, I want to use Muzz first, because if I use Direct Sunburn first, it will decrease the amount of damage that Muzz will do. And I got the leech. And then it's just rinse and repeat until the end. Again, I can get unlucky if I don't catch the leeches. That's what the potions are for. I can use star potions as well to spam a couple blazes if I've got to. But that turns into a really expensive fight, and I don't really want to waste a bunch of potions. So, I try to use as few as possible. Getting lucky with the 21s. All right. Might have used some potions here in a sec. Oh, geez. I should have used the potion, because I even thought if he beefs up, it might be enough damage to mess me up. I really should have used the potion. Just one would have saved my life, because even when he's charged up, he only does about 8,000 or 9,000 damage. So I'll go ahead and re-enter that. Actually, if I don't win with that team, I come right back in with this team, which is just a little safer. That my defense is higher, and I can prevent him from healing. So this team's like a guarantee win. And honestly, I can one-shot him with this team as well. It's not guaranteed because I don't really have any healing on that first half, and I just do very little damage on the first half. So the only dangerous part right here is that he could heal turn 1, and that would really suck. And he didn't. So now I can basically make sure that he won't heal at all for this fight. I should not have hit right there. So Sniper Shot, and then Force of Nature. And another 21. I will wait to use Recover, because I want to see if I get a leech off of these 2 attacks. I do. So it would have been a waste to use Recover. And Blaze might finish him off. Nope. But it did burn him, so that he could burn to death here in a second. And he can't heal. There it is. So, as you can see, as long as I don't get unlucky, which, honestly, that last fight, I probably should have just used the potion. I really should have. And I probably would have finished off the Titan. I hope this helps, guys. Kind of gives you ideas of how to use Jariz and Muzz in some of the teams. And some of you guys have really good ideas that I haven't even thought of. Anyways, hope you guys have a good weekend. I'm going to try to get like 75, maybe 80 kills by the end of tomorrow night. So you guys have a good day.